Oh, take two. I have no idea what happened there. So, my name's Eva. I'm the director of the Scottish Yarn Festival and also the Scottish Wool Producers Showcase. I had just started a live where I should have been joined by Neil of WooSheeps, and somewhere in the midst of inviting Neil, my screen went totally blank and got cut off. So I'm not sure whether there's maybe some internet issues going on at my end today, which is funny because I was just talking about Neil being in an incredibly rural location. I'm not so much. I'm only about a mile or so out with city centre here in Perth. Call it a city. It's kind of like a market town, but it's got city status. So yeah, unless there's works going on, I kind of got kicked off. But yeah. So WooSheeps, are you there? Should we try this again? I'm a little bit dubious about trying to invite. So I have invited Neil to join us. Hello, Lewis. I hope you're doing well. There we go.
Hello.
I have no idea what happened there. I thought if we have any gremlins, they'll be at your end, but yeah.
Ah, well. I feel like I'm disappearing into the bottom. Oh, that's me. Now it's all going to fall over if I try and move it, isn't it?
We will just embrace the chaos and go with it.
Yeah. You didn't expect it to be easy with us, did you? I should explain for everyone here that I have known Neil and Sue Woo for a very long time now, since what, 2017? I think we first came across one another. So I can kind of get away with being slightly cheeky and say, well, best laid plans of mice and men. But it is lovely to have you join us today, Neil. So for the people watching who maybe don't know who you are or who will watch this later, because I will upload it to our YouTube channel as well. Ooh.
Okay, that's the post. Doesn't sound like bills. That's good. But for the people who are watching, whenever they're watching this, introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
I'm Neil Pace, and with my wife Sue, who has disappeared and left me all by myself at the moment. We are at WooSheeps. We are indie dyers, and we're based down in the south of Scotland, near a place called Portpatrick, which is where Patrick left to go to Ireland, apparently. And we dye rather splendid yarns and stuff like that. I can't think of anything else, really.
You do very vibrant colours.
Oh.
I think it's probably the best way to kind of describe what you do. You do not do
the room above my head. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Yes.
It's gorgeous.
We don't stint on the dye. Whether it's because I've got bad eyesight and I put a little bit more in just to be able to see the colours, and I don't know, but
I'd like to think it's
things.
I like to think it's more of a reflection of your personalities. You are very much larger in life, in person, and you dye yarn too much.
I look really short here in the picture. I'm disappearing down the bottom. It's hilarious. I'm only 3 foot tall, you see. So.
So the reason that we're doing a little lunchtime live today is that you are currently the dyer that we're working with for our Collab Club this month. Yes. And you selected We're All Alone in This. I'll get it wrong. We're All Alone in This Together.
That's it. By Dave.
By Dave, who's a UK rapper. So,
right.
Yeah, why? I mean, I know why you chose that, because you sent through a little paragraph and I posted it all over the place. But for people who maybe haven't seen those posts or aren't regular visitors of our website or who aren't subscribed to our newsletter, why is that your inspiration for this month?
One of the things that I like to do is have a look at reaction channels on YouTube. Now, if you've never seen a reaction channel, it's basically where somebody is listening to music from genres they wouldn't normally listen to. And it's a very popular thing if you're looking for a second business to set up. You just listen to music and talk about it for a while. And a lot of the American rappers were listening to the sort of music that I would be listening to, old classic rock and things like this. But they also pick up on UK rap artists every now and then. And I came across Dave doing a show at I think it was the Brits. And he did an amazing performance. And this is how I really got into him. You know, how can I put it? A lot of rap is about boasting, swagging, you know, having a gold chain in a fancy car and all that sort of thing. But Dave's was more poetic and more about being a young black person, you know, a child of immigrants. And the guy is literally a genius. He's taught himself how to play piano. His lyrics are really, really deep. And they don't just underline the struggle of being a black person in today's society. You know, it's something that crosses over into people that you can triumph over adversity. You know, it's us white people like to think we have hard lives sometimes, but if you imagine being discriminated against and struggling just to stay equal with everybody else as well is just getting through life generally, it really resonated with me. And then the sillier reason really is because we keep some sheep, and I've got a North Ronaldsay ram that is called Dave. And the reason he's called Dave is when I first got a dog, I wanted to call it Dave. But my wife said, no, we're not calling it Dave. I'm not walking through the park shouting, Dave, Dave. So I couldn't call it Dave. So when we got the sheep, Dave was the first choice of name. And he's a bastard, if you'll excuse the Anglo-Saxonism. And he's got a lot of character. So there's Dave the Rapper, Dave the Ram, and have you seen the cover of the album? It's gorgeous. It's really impressionistic, you know.
It is. It's absolutely glorious. So we'll just dial back for a moment. If you want to see Dave, if you go onto the WooSheeps Instagram later on, and the icon, instead of having like a logo or something like that, you have the most glorious photo of Dave the sheep.
Yeah, he's not being a baby daddy this year because we strengthened the fences. Because he will take fences down, he can jump fences, he can split 4-inch posts with a headbutt. He really is the character. Is like a dog. He's very friendly. He knows he breaks your kneecaps. He's wagging his tail and knocked the neighbour out once as well as she was doing gardening by the fence. He headbutted the fence, managed to push far enough to catch her as she was bending over. So yeah.
Shouldn't laugh, but so the album cover is glorious.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much your color palette, knowing your color palette. So we've got these incredible cerises, magentas, there's mustards, yeah, there's all sorts.
Blue. It is glorious. And we got one even a wee bit knitted up. If I can get it up by the camera so you can see it's a chap in a boat all by himself against the sunset. It was really, really nice.
It
I think
is.
it's a
It's a
bargain.
gorgeous. It's a gorgeous cover. And while I was doing all the sort of the listing for each of the albums, so we went for the theme. We continued the theme of taking album cover or single
Yeah.
cover artwork this year, just because it was so well received last year, and I've got like a special interest in that anyway, being a music graduate.
Uh-huh.
So I listened to the album, hadn't come across Steve before, and I put the album on. So it is available on platforms such as YouTube and Spotify and wherever you get your music from. And I did listen while I was creating all the posts, doing all the
Hmm.
things, and yeah, it's a very very striking album,
Yeah.
very lyrical, very listenable, as an introduction into sort of different rap styles. If you want to get this yarn, it's only available until the 21st of this month, so you've not
Hmm.
got much longer. Go onto the Scottish Yarn Festival website. You will see a tab on the menu saying Collab Club.
Hmm.
You want to click on that and then fill out the form. So we've got two options here. We've got the 4-ply. Is it the 4-ply that you lifted up?
That's it. This is our we've given all our names, yarn names, bases, boys' names. This is Angus, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, so it is excellent for socks. The DK is Bruce because it's merino and it's a bit soft and thick, so it's Australian, maybe? No. And that really is a nice squishy DK. And again, I'm just trying to think. I think that's 225 meters per 100
I
grams.
think it is, yeah. So you've got the two options of the yarn
Mm-hmm.
weights. They cost £18 each plus postage, and unfortunately, postage rates went up this month. Thank you, Royal Mail. So we are still posting out second class signed for, which is a little bit cheaper. I mean, does it take maybe an extra day to get to you if you're in the
Yeah.
UK? It's not a huge amount, but you do save considerably on that. But we do ship worldwide as well. We've got
Mm-hmm.
some of the prices for international up there on the website to kind of give you a guide. But if you want to kind of get a better idea of what it will be before ordering, let us know, because they have unfortunately skyrocketed. The US in particular has just gone through the roof. And I'm noticing that more and more people are kind of getting together with their knitting friends or their crafting friends, with people in their crafting groups, and putting through sort of more bulk orders
Yep.
to split the postage. So
Well, you can
yeah,
get up to
there's options
2
there.
kilograms of yarn for the same postage is buying 100 grams. So, buy lots. Get together with
Yeah,
your
well, you
friends.
can in the UK. I think with overseas, I think you've got 100 grams, then
Yeah.
250, and such. But there's ways and means, certainly with the international ones. I'm noticing more people sort of bulk buying
Mm-hmm.
and splitting it, which is a nice way to do it. Kind of spread that yarny love. But thank you for taking some time and having a
No
chat with me
problem.
today, Neil. It's always a pleasure to see you. Lovely to hear about kind of the inspiration, because everyone's got a personal connection
Yeah.
to music, and we come across different things, and it's a different art form. So
There's
I really
also,
like that you've gone for something a bit left field
yeah,
there, and
you
you've
should get out of your
repeated it
comfort
beautifully.
zone and listen to more things. Go listen to reaction channels because they're exploring some stuff that I've never heard of, and it is from my era as well. So it's good to get out of your little box sometimes.
Oh, definitely. I have watched some sort of reaction channel stuff. I think it's just the algorithm.
Yeah.
YouTube tends to be where I get most of my music and podcasts and things from. And I do from time to time get them sort of brought up, but it tends to be sort of music that was around when I was a teenager, or I listened to,
Mm-hmm.
it was like my parents' generation sort of music, and things, and sort of reactions of people of present day listening to this for the first time. And
Yeah.
it can be quite entertaining.
It is quite.
Yeah.
It's like sitting somebody down and saying, "Here, listen to this," and because that's half the fun of listening to music is getting together to, experience it. So it's interesting.
Yeah, I do enjoy putting a virtual mixtape together, or sort of playlists.
Hmm.
And I think Lammermuir will join us, and quite often I'll put one on in the background while we're setting up for an event or something. And
Yeah.
Susie came along, I think, at the Will Producer Showcase while we were setting up, and she'd made a comment. She's like, "I always love your playlist, Eva."
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, it's sort of curating those sorts of things together. It is a different art form. It's lovely to marry the two together, the
Yeah.
colours, the way that you can play with chemicals and dye and create yarn, and then go and create something else. Having that kind of like mixed media approach
It's
is
ultimately,
fabulous. It is. So
yeah,
thank you very much. Give our
it's
love
always a
to
pleasure.
Sue
I
and
will
to Dave and
go
to
and find her when
Boris
she's
and
home.
to
Yeah. She's been shy, camera shy today.
I can totally understand that though. So give
Mm.
everyone our love and we'll speak to you again soon.
Okay, bye bye. I will
Okay.
wave yarn at you.
Wave some yarn at us. I'll just wave my hands. Bye bye, everyone.
See you soon. Bye bye.